A message to the chosen soul, standing tall amidst hatred. Dear chosen soul, you walk a path unlike any other. The world sees you, but not always with admiration, sometimes, with scorn, misunderstanding, or even hatred. But do not despair. Do not let the weight of others' opinions crush the truth that lives within you. You are not here to please everyone, you are here to fulfill a purpose far greater than their approval. Throughout history, the greatest souls, those who changed the world, who carried the divine spark within them, were often misunderstood and rejected. Socrates drank poison because his wisdom threatened the comfortable ignorance of society. Jesus bore the weight of a cross because his love and truth unsettled those in power. Galileo was condemned because he dared to declare that the earth was not the center of the universe. If these great minds and spirits faced hatred, should you be surprised that you, too, face opposition? Hatred is often a sign that you are touching something deep within others, something they are not ready to face. Your presence, your truth, and your light expose the shadows they would rather ignore. It is not you they hate, it is the reflection of their own fears, insecurities, and limitations that your existence reveals. 1. Your value is not determined by others. Remember, the moon does not cease to shine because wolves howl at it. The sun does not stop rising because some curse its light. Likewise, your worth is not determined by the opinions of those who misunderstand you. A diamond remains a diamond whether it is treasured or trampled upon. Do not seek validation from a world that struggles to see the unseen. You were not made for the applause of the crowd, you were made for a calling beyond their comprehension. Hold your head high, not in arrogance, but in the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth does not depend on the fickle acceptance of others. 2. Rejection is redirection. When the world closes its doors on you, it is often because you were never meant to enter through them. Every rejection, every betrayal, every cold shoulder is the universe guiding you away from where you do not belong. You are being set apart for something greater, something that requires you to walk through fire so you may emerge refined, pure, and unstoppable. Do not be bitter about those who turn against you. Instead, be grateful. They are unknowingly pushing you toward your destiny. They are weeding themselves out from your journey so that only those truly aligned with your spirit will remain. 3. Love despite the hatred. Hatred is heavy, but you do not have to carry it. The world may throw stones at you, but you do not have to collect them and build walls of resentment. Instead, let them fall. Let them lie where they land, and walk past them with grace. True strength is not in retaliation but in love. Love not in weakness, but in power, the kind of love that refuses to be poisoned by bitterness. Love that prays for those who curse it, not because they deserve it, but because you refuse to let their hatred corrupt your soul. 4. Walk in silence, let your light speak. You do not need to justify yourself to those who refuse to see. No amount of explanation will change a heart that is unwilling to understand. Let your actions, your integrity, and your unwavering spirit be your answer. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. A lion does not need to prove it is a lion, it simply is. Walk in quiet confidence, knowing that time will reveal the truth. Those who mock today will one day look back and see what they failed to recognize. 5. You are being prepared for greatness. You are not going through this fire for nothing. The pain, the loneliness, the rejection, it is all shaping you into the person you need to become. Gold is refined in fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. The strongest trees grow in the harshest winds. You are being prepared for something extraordinary, something that requires this very process. One day, you will look back and see that every wound was a lesson, every betrayal a redirection, every moment of suffering a foundation for your greatness. Do not lose faith. This is not the end of your story, it is the forging of your strength. 6. Keep moving forward. Do not waste your energy trying to change the minds of those who despise you. Focus on your journey. Keep building, keep growing, keep becoming. The best response to hatred is success, not for the sake of proving them wrong, but for the sake of fulfilling your own destiny. There will come a day when the very people who doubted you will whisper your name with awe. Not because you sought their approval, but because you remained steadfast despite their rejection. 7. You are not alone. Though it may feel like you walk alone, know that you are not truly alone. The universe watches over you. The divine hand that led the great souls before you is the same hand guiding you now. Trust in that unseen force. Trust that your path, though difficult, is the right one. You belong to a lineage of warriors, thinkers, visionaries, and souls too vast for this world to contain. Their fire burns within you. Their resilience is your inheritance. Stand tall, chosen soul. Your time will come. And when it does, the same voices that once spoke against you will fall silent, not because you silenced them, but because your light outshone their darkness. Keep walking. Keep shining. You are destined for greatness. The weight of their words may press against your soul, trying to suffocate the light within you, but remember, light cannot be extinguished by mere shadows. The more they speak against you, the more you must burn brighter, not in anger, but in unshakable purpose. You were not sent here to conform to the expectations of those who do not understand you. You were sent here to rise above, to transcend, to become something beyond their comprehension. Every great soul has faced rejection, but rejection is never the end, it is a beginning. When the world closes one door, it is often because you were meant to carve your own path, one that no one has walked before. And yes, walking an untrodden path is lonely. It is filled with uncertainty, with moments of doubt, with nights where you question whether the struggle is worth it. But the fact that it is difficult does not mean you are lost. It means you are forging something new. It is easy to be loved when you blend in, when you give people what they expect, when you do not challenge the status quo. But you were not born to be like everyone else. You carry something different, something rare, something that unsettles those who do not understand it. And that difference will either draw people toward you or push them away. Let it be. Let those who cannot handle your fire step aside. Those meant to walk with you will find their way to your flame. Do not waste your energy fighting battles that do not deserve your attention. When people speak against you, when they misunderstand your intentions, when they twist your words, remain steady. Defending yourself against those committed to misunderstanding you is like trying to hold back the ocean with your hands. It will drain you, and in the end, they will believe what they want to believe. Instead, let your life be your answer. Let your actions speak louder than their accusations. Let your consistency drown out their doubt. Forgiveness is your greatest weapon. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Carrying resentment will only weigh you down, keeping you tethered to the very things you are meant to rise above. Release the need for revenge, the need to prove yourself, the need to make them see what they refuse to see. There is nothing more powerful than a soul that is free, free from the chains of hatred, free from the burden of needing to be understood, free from the weight of others' opinions. Strength is found not in how loudly you respond to your critics, but in how gracefully you continue despite them. Let them say what they will. Let them cast their stones. Let them watch as you walk away, untouched by their bitterness, unwavering in your purpose. There is a quiet power in refusing to be moved by the noise of the crowd. There is a dignity in standing firm when the world tries to shake you. And remember, even the strongest storms do not last forever. The hatred you face today will not follow you forever. Time has a way of revealing the truth, of exposing the lies, of turning the tides in ways no human can predict. Do not be consumed by the momentary darkness. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing that beyond this storm, there is a place where you will stand victorious, not because you fought back, but because you endured. Do not fear loneliness, for it is in solitude that the greatest souls are shaped. When the voices around you fade, when the world seems to have turned its back on you, that is when you will hear the whispers of truth. That is when you will discover who you truly are, beyond the noise, beyond the opinions, beyond the expectations. Do not rush to fill the silence with distractions. Embrace it. Let it teach you. Let it refine you. The greatest revenge against those who wish to see you fall is to rise, not with bitterness, but with purpose. To build something so magnificent, so unshakable, that their words become irrelevant. Let them see, not through your anger, but through your success, that nothing they did could stop you. That despite their hatred, you became everything they said you could not be. Be patient with yourself. Growth is not immediate. Healing does not happen overnight. There will be days when you feel strong and days when the weight of it all feels unbearable. Do not judge yourself for the moments of weakness. Rest if you must, but do not surrender. Every wound, every scar, every tear is shaping you into something greater than you can see right now. And know this, you are not alone. There are others walking this path, others who understand the weight of being different, the cost of carrying a light the world is not ready for. You may not see them, but they are there, fighting their own battles, rising from their own struggles. One day, your paths will cross, and you will realize that you were never truly alone, that there were always others like you, walking in quiet strength, refusing to be dimmed. So stand tall, breathe deeply, move forward, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Because there is a future waiting for you, a destiny that cannot be stolen by the opinions of others. Because you are more than their hatred. You are more than their doubt. You are something far beyond what they can see. And in the end, when all is said and done, when the dust settles and the voices fade, you will stand, not just as someone who survived, but as someone who thrived. As someone who took the fire meant to destroy them and used it to forge something unstoppable. This is your journey. Walk it with courage.